Let's call this meeting to order. Okay. All right. We have a quorum.
We do.
Okay, so we got enough for a meeting. All righty, let's do Pledge of Allegiance, and I think Mr. Dave's going to do that.
Sure. Absolutely. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right, we need to adopt the agenda, and there's, okay, so we need to adopt the agenda. Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion to adopt agenda.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Amy, all those, is there any discussion? All those in favor, show of hands, unanimous, all. Okay, can I have an approval for the minutes for April the 25th of 2022? Can I have
Motion to approve minutes as presented.
Second.
All right, we got a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, show of hands, unanimous again. Okay, old business. An update on the Georgia Department of Community Affairs the rural downtown redevelopment grant program. Now, oh, Kim's not here. Okay, she was here. But anyway, okay, so we had 10 people that we identified for writing letters, and all 10 of those were got in today, and so Kim is ready to rock and roll with this and get this into the grant program, and hopefully we'll do a great job, and we'll be, next time we'll be talking about this, we'll be very thankful about what's going on. Moving on to new business. First committee report is Dave Garner. He's going to talk about financials of the second Saturday.
Okay. I didn't get the polo memo today. I'm doing some grandstanding. Threw on a coat and tie. Everybody's a lot more casual today. So basically, we're going to go over, and at some point soon, we'll kind of go through a detailed financial report each month. Right now, we want to look specifically at Second Saturday, which I thought was a huge success, and I've heard a lot of feedback from the community, and I know Marty will dive into that in a moment, but I did want to go line by line with what you guys have in front of you as far as just the expenses for what was spent for the first of the four Second Saturday events. The band, $200 payment there for the Arrested Melody Band, and then $1,200 payment to the T. James Band, which was the headliner that night. Party Time Rentals, $73.80, and then the audio, J2 Audio was $44.50. That's $4,450. True Lou Waste Services for the porta potties was $350. And then we had a one-time occurrence, which Marty will talk about too, with printing and promotion materials. And we spent $364 on that. And then the last thing was Sunbelt Rentals, which was the $668.02, which is the last line item there, for a total of $7,305.82. And that was the final total expense for the first Second Saturday event.
Marty, is there anything additional you want to add to this?
That sounds good.
I can't tell you how much I approve, and I'm so very thankful for Marty and all he's done in this venue, and it shows. Everybody loved it, and so it's been a great pride of joy, I'll just tell you that. Okay, so Marty, you want to talk about the financial or the second Saturday, or is there anything else you want to talk about the second Saturday?
Sure. I submitted just a brief synopsis to the board for about, I'll just read real quick. The event was a very successful event for our downtown. It was attended by approximately over 800 people. We didn't have an exact count, because we didn't have any tickets. It was just a guess to the restaurants and our venue that we had there from start to finish. And I believe our downtown businesses were received very well, and they had lots of good success. A lot of people that were visiting, a lot of customers out of town. They said they had customers that they knew and customers that they were, that some of their old customers that came to about, and asked. So it was a great night for that. I think our businesses are very excited about us doing it again. We had a follow-up meeting with them today. This morning, we talked about things that we could do differently, and not a lot of changes are going to be made. We'll make a few changes with the stage a little bit, and maybe look at our start time, and because the time is going to get later for the cooler events in the summer, that we may start a little bit later, but we're still in the process of finalizing that. But we're supposed to get everything out to our publicist committee today, to get everything ready for the next one, and already ready to go again. So we're ready for June 11th. We'll have 2 bands starting, and hopefully it'll be as successful as the first one that we haven't made. Any questions?
Is there any additions, Amy, you'd like to say?
Well, the follow-up meeting today was just fantastic, from the business owners all up and down Main Street, especially the restaurants were reporting record numbers, so that were comparable to other events in downtown, more, you know, specifically Jeep Fest. Said they ran their numbers already, and it was a very profitable event for them, which is wonderful.
Absolutely.
All positives.
One other thing that was brought up this morning was the children, having something for the children next time, and I can't remember what's the name of that church.
Mountain City.
Mountain City Church is going to take on that venue, and we don't know what all they're going to be doing. Maybe some face painting, maybe balloons, maybe a slide. I don't know what all, but they're going to take on that venue, and wherever we're going to put it, they will be doing that. So that's we need to thank them for doing that. Any other discussion, Marty? Did I leave out anything else? I think that's pretty much it.
I believe we're done.
Okay, next is Parole Park, and Amy, you want to discuss that?
Actually, that's a very, very quick update, because we actually have not had another committee meeting since our DDA, last DDA meeting. So we have not met, but we're still making plans to move forward with the project, seeing how much grant money we have, so on and so forth. So still moving forward, but no meeting to report from.
Any other discussion from anybody else on the board? Okay. Next is business development. Amy, you want to talk about that?
So yeah, the Business Development Committee consists of myself, Marty, and Parrish Lowry. And I'll just read what we presented to the group. The Business Development Committee met on 5/18 at Parrish Lowry's office. We discussed the purpose and potential effectiveness of our committee, as well as the potential scope of a business development project. We feel input from the community stakeholders is an important next step. As such, the committee decided to schedule a meeting with our mayor, city manager, and county economic development director. And a meeting with a member of another local DDA is our hope to provide information discussed at these meetings at our DDA's next regular meeting. And I have already reached out to Belinda in Canton to schedule a meeting with 2 members of their business development committee, just to kind of see where they started. They started an art district. They started several things that we're very interested in. So
Great idea.
thank you. And that's all.
Any other discussion from anybody? Okay. All right. The only other thing is we need to be, as a board, we need to be thinking about another person to bring on vacant position of the DDA. We were looking and have not found, well, we've thought of some people, but we need to get some names and give that to the mayor and the council so that they proceed and put somebody in the position. So just want to make sure everybody is still aware of that, and we need to get on top of that. With that, is there anything else we need on that?
Chairman, if I may,
Okay.
on the vacant positions, other areas, other forms of government and DDAs that go through this process use public engagement. They'll advertise this position for individuals to apply. Then there's a vetting process, and there's the presentation process. So it might be something that we're interested in as a board, actually seeking public engagement on this,
Okay.
putting it out for those to apply from the general public, and then this board can go through the vetting process, the internal discussions of who we want to put forward for presentation to the elected at the city.
Okay, all right.
I thought about that, Kurt, if I may, you know, if this is, we're ready for that public announcement, list the requirements. Dave and I can get together and do that on our social media platform and make sure our verbiage.
That's what I was thinking, actually, social media would be a good idea.
Yeah, so if you guys work hand in hand, you know, with the city manager to make sure that the requirements are by our bylaws, and then come up with that advertisement piece, we can certainly do that on social media to encourage individuals to apply. There may be individuals out there that just aren't sure what all it entails, and this might start a conversation.
Okay, great idea.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay.
We don't need a vote on that, do we?
No.
Just-
No. All right, so, with anything else, anybody else has got anything else they'd like to bring up? With that, can I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second?
Stay.
All those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous? Well, we're done.